Hello students, welcome to Ashoka Online Academy. Okay, my name is Avinash. Okay, so all the students, okay, I have written this particular UPSC Civil Service exam today in the morning session. Okay, so let me tell you, the paper is difficult. There are a lot of traps. Okay, and you need to be thoroughly prepared for this particular exam. Okay, and that is what UPSC is saying every year with its papers in general studies. Okay, especially the prelims papers and of course CSAT also. So now let us see the discussion related with this particular what you call the morning session, that is general studies question paper of UPSC prelims 2023 exam. So what I will do is that I will try to what you call explain the things related with this particular paper one. Okay, so by dividing that particular explanation into two parts, first I will discuss 50 questions, then again the 50 questions followed by the 50 questions. So let us see this particular thing. So I will give you some insights related with this particular what you call the questions and the statements given in the questions, and how UPSC has what you call taken that particular statement or that particular question from which source, like that. So overall to say, the paper is difficult, no doubt about that. Paper is difficult, and this time also what you call people who prepared very well and people who revised very well, people who are having the clarity of concepts, they will be clearing this particular prelims, no doubt about that. Okay, so let us see the discussion before going into the cutoffs and all those things. Let us see the discussion into this particular what you call the different UPSC Civil Service paper one. So let's see this particular question. Set D. I am discussing the what you call this set D. So this is the paper related with this set D. So let us see this particular first question. Let us see this particular first question. Set D first question. So first question, what you call Indian economy based question. So Indian economy based question they have asked. Easy question. Just factual question. That's it. So consider the following statements with reference to India. So first statement they have given. According to Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. The medium enterprises are those which investment with investments in the plant and machinery between 15 crore and 25 crore. So basically he is asking in this particular statement, what is the definition of a medium enterprise? So what is the definition of a medium enterprise? According to the MSME, what you call Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. A medium enterprise is that enterprise where investments in plant and machinery is less than 50 crores, where investment in plant and machinery is less than 50 crores, and 50 crores ki takku, less than 50 crores, you call it as the medium enterprise. So there he has given 15 crore and what you call between 15 crore. He used the word between 15 and 25 crore. That means he restricted the statement. No, it is beyond the 25 crore, right? So investment in plant and machinery should be 50 crore and turnover should be greater than turnover should be up to 250 crore. Of course, he did not mention about the turnover related what you call statement or facts. So basically factual based information. So he has clubbed the factual based information with a statement. Just whether you know this particular definition of micro, small, medium enterprise or not, do you have that particular clarity? Do you have that particular facts with you? That is what he is testing. So this particular statement is a wrong statement. So, and if this is wrong, obviously, he is asking the correct one. This is gone. This is gone. Let us see the second one. All bank loans to the MSME qualify under the priority sector. All banks, all bank loans to the MSME, micro, small, medium enterprise, qualify under the priority sector or not? Yes, they qualify under the priority sector. So this is the what you call the guidelines released by the what you call RBI. They say that the priority sector guidelines released by the RBI clearly says that all bank loans to MSMEs qualify under the priority sector lending. So this particular statement he has picked it from the PAB. He has picked it from this particular PAB website. So PAB website not so from March 23rd what you call 2023. So where RBI has issued the revised guidelines on priority sector lending norms, where it clearly said in that particular PAB RBI guidelines and the PIB website, Press Information Bureau of Government of India, that March 23rd, 2023, if you just check the PIB what you call website, all bank loans to medium, small, micro enterprises qualify under the priority sector. This statement is right. So overall the answer is 2, that is B only. So generally if you consider the all here, all bank loans as extreme statement, so all is there, extreme statement, it can be wrong, like that if you think, you will be in a trap. Are getting the things? So that is what it is. Regularly you have to refer to the PIB. Most of the questions came from the PIB, whether you appreciate or not, that is the truth. Are getting the things? Any exam you take, UPSC also you take, majority of the questions they came from this particular PIB. I will tell you, MSMEs are in news, so that's why, the question was framed, and all the questions, except 1 or 2 questions, they have that particular relevance, why they have asked it. So this is what the, related things related with this particular, next coming to this particular, the next question related with this particular, if you take the, the next questions, the second question is also an economy based question. Second question is also an economy based question. So second question is also an economy based question. So with reference to central bank digital currencies, so he asked the question with reference to the central bank digital currencies. So with reference to this, particular central bank digital currencies, consider the following statements. So what is the statements he has given? Central bank digital currency. We all know that central bank digital currencies were introduced by the RBI, and that's why it was asked. But he has asked a general question related with this particular central bank digital currency. Why? Because RBI has introduced it on a pilot basis. RBI has working on it, how it is seeing how these are working, and it has to do a lot of research. So they have asked a basic question. With reference to central bank digital currencies, consider the following statement. It is possible to make payments in a digital currency without using US dollar or SWIFT system. Are getting the things? So digital currencies, so central bank digital currencies, generally they are designed to work in that particular respective central bank what you call jurisdiction, that is RBI is there within the Indian jurisdiction. So here he has given the statement, it is possible to make payments in a digital currency without using US dollar or SWIFT system. So this particular statement, if you take, this is a what you call wrong statement. You have to understand that very clearly. So these what you call digital currencies, they have to be paid, they have to be what you call, the transaction should be made with the SWIFT system. The transaction should be made with the SWIFT system, and you have to understand that in October 2022, so this is the question related with October 2022 news article, where the SWIFT system that is used for global level or international level financial transaction and flow of money from one country to another country, the SWIFT system has came out with what is called as digital ledger technology. It has came out with what is called as digital ledger technology. So this particular digital ledger technology, so what it will do is that it will allow the what you call digital currencies, central bank digital currencies, what you call to where you can transact in this particular central bank digital currencies from what you call so this is sorry, this is not wrong, this is right, this is the right statement. So this is the right statement. So you can make the payments in a digital currency without using the US dollar or SWIFT system. Yes, within the country it is there. So now they have upgraded this particular SWIFT system with the digital ledger technology. So under this particular digital ledger technology, so so what happens is that you can use this particular digital currencies of one country and make payments in other countries. That is possible. So first statement is right. So a digital currency can be distributed with a condition programmed into it, such as a time frame for spending it. No, nothing like that. So you are sending a digital currency and you are saying that you spend this particular digital currency within 1 day, 2 days, 1 month. That is not there. So just common sense. One is there. Of course, first one you should know that what is a digital currency. What is a central bank digital currency. And you should also know that the central bank digital currencies are made to work in this particular what you call the nations within the country's economies. And nowadays a new system was upgraded in the SWIFT system at the global level, digital ledger technology, where they allow the central bank digital currencies transaction between one country to another country. So obviously the answer is one only. It is in news. The news is very simple. So the news is very simple. Groundbreaking SWIFT innovation paves for a global use of central bank digital currencies. Groundbreaking SWIFT system innovation paves the way for central bank digital currency usage at the global level. The news is on October 2022. The news is October 2022 related news. So all the questions, they are picked up from the newspapers. You have to understand that, and not from any materials that is available in the markets, and you should understand that very clearly. Okay, so official documents, PIB, okay, so they have certain sources. UPSC has a what you call reliable source, and from that reliable source only they are asking these particular questions. So you need to understand that very clearly. Okay, so in the context of the finance, the third question is in the context of the finance. Okay, beta refers to beta. In the context of the finance, beta refers to what? So beta refers to what you call a numeric value that measures the fluctuations of a stock, okay, to changes in the overall stock market. Okay, for example, S&P index, okay, Standard and Poor, okay, what you call index is there. Standard and Poor 500 index is there. So it's a stock index. So its beta value is 1. So its beta value is 1.0. Its beta value is 1.0. So this is also an economy based question. First 3 questions in this particular, okay. First 4 questions are, okay, what you call completely economy based questions. Okay. So it's a direct, okay, it is in news, okay, it's there in various books. So in the context of finance, okay, that is beta is related with stocks. It is related with stocks and stock markets. It is related with the stock markets. But there are, okay, what you call, okay, two, okay, a numeric value that measures the what you call fluctuations of a stock to changes in the overall stock market. If you just know that the term is related with the stock market, easily and conveniently you can keep the answer as option D. That's not a difficult thing, right? So this is the thing here. And coming to the other questions, coming to this particular other questions, coming to the other questions, coming to this particular other questions. So let's see the other questions related with this particular, okay, question paper we have. So if you see these other questions that are there here, so let's see the, okay, one more fourth question here. So if you see this fourth question, it is related with, again, okay, what is the, okay, the SSG, self-help groups, right? So if you see the fourth question, so economy based question, this is also simple question, simple basic, okay, question, okay. So he has given 3 statements and he is asking the self-help groups, Indian economy based question. Program was originally initiated by State Bank of India by providing microcredit to the financially deprived. Okay, so you have to understand that the self-help group is not, the program is not started by, okay, what you call the State Bank of India, rather it is started by the NABARD. So here it should be NABARD. So obviously this one is a wrong, okay, point as such. So he's asking, okay, this is the new model that they have, okay, asked from the 2022. So this is the wrong statement. Okay, in a SSG, all members of a group take responsibility for a loan that an individual member takes. Yes, obviously. So you have to take the responsibility. Okay, there will be a moral pressure on this particular what I call the individual to repay the loans taken from the banks who is a member of SSG. You know that how the SSG will work. Different people will be there. Okay, so 10 to 20 members or sometimes 40 members together. Okay, they get the loan from the bank. They will what I call pledge the promise to the bank that they work together and they return the money to the bank in a faster manner without any default, all those things. And that's why all the members of a group take the responsibility. That the responsibility is not in terms of the money, but as a moral responsibility. They put some they ask the member to repay compulsory. The regional rural banks and scheduled commercial banks support SSG. Yes, obviously. So first statement is wrong, second statement is right, third statement is right. How many of the above statements are correct? He is asking. The answer is 2 statements are correct. That is 2 and 3. Only 2 are correct. This is the answer. You have to understand that. Very simple. That's first statement instead of SBI, it should be NABARD to become a right statement. But that is a wrong one. You have to understand that very clearly. Okay. So you have to understand that simply, right? So coming to the other questions that are there in this particular discussion. Coming to the other questions that are there in this particular discussion. So let's see the what you call other questions. Okay. So fifth question. Okay. Now see here, fifth questions. Fifth question is a general awareness question, health related question. Health related current affairs are there in the news, right? So obviously, they have asked something related with this particular health aspect. Let us see this particular fifth question. So consider the following statements. So he has given, this is a new model. This is a new model of asking the question in the UPSC, right? So new model కింద తీసుకొచ్చిన questions ఇవి. ఈ న్యూ మోడల్లో తను ఏం చేశారంటే he has given the two statements and he is asking which of the following is correct with respect to the above statements. So he is giving two statements and asking which of the following is correct with respect to the above statement. It is a health related system. Question: India's public sector healthcare system largely focuses on curative care. Okay, that means after the disease, okay, what are the steps you have to take to cure the disease? With limited preventive, promotive and rehabilitative care. So India doesn't focus, India's public sector health, okay, health sector, public health sector doesn't focus on the preventive aspect. Okay, rather it will, okay, what you call focus on the curative aspect. So that means what to do, okay, for not coming the diseases, it will not take the proper steps. Okay, so that is what the meaning is. So, and this one is absolutely right if you have the, what you call, the general awareness related to this particular thing. So under India's decentralized approach, so decentralized approach means, so you have this particular, okay, what you call the multi-specialty hospitals, then you have the, what you call the community health centers, then you have the public health centers, district hospitals, like that, right? So you have this particular, okay, tertiary hospitals will be there in India, right? So that is, okay, okay, the major hospitals, then you have the district hospitals, right? Then you have this particular, what you call the, okay, the rural hospitals will be there, and you also have this particular public health centers, PHCs, okay. So a decentralized system is there in India. Under India's decentralized, okay, what you call approach to healthcare delivery, the states are primarily responsible for organizing the health services. Yes, okay, health is the subject of state. Obviously the state will take care of this particular healthcare delivery systems within the, okay, what I call the state. So first statement is right, so obviously the second statement is also right, but the point is, read the question options. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Yes, both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Okay, you cannot, okay, find the relationship between the statement 1 and statement 2. Okay, so that is what it is. So if India's public health sector is not focusing on the curative care, you have to give more attention to the curative care. For example, what will be the curative care for the diarrhea? The curative care for the diarrhea is that supplying the good, okay, safe drinking water to all the rural habitations and urban habitations, so that the number of, okay, diarrhea related deaths and malnutrition related deaths will come down in India. So that is what it is. So, but we are focusing, okay, on that, okay, in the recent times, like Swachh Bharat mission, if you take Jal Jeevan mission, if you take like that. So here the answer will be this: both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, no doubt. And statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. That means there is no relation, okay, as such. So why we are not focusing on the curative care aspect? Why? Because the budgetary constraints, okay, lack of human resources, okay, so many things. Lack of, okay, what you call infrastructure, public health infrastructure, strong public health infrastructure. We have seen that in case of the COVID. So like that. So this is what the question related with this, okay, what you call the, okay, this particular, okay, the 4 questions related with this particular thing. The answer is, okay, what you call B. Next, coming to the other questions, So coming to this particular other questions, so they have come out with what I call good, okay. The UPSC has prepared this particular paper extreme on a scientific lines. You have to understand that. So on the scientific lines, they have prepared this particular paper, right? So let's see this particular, okay, 6th question. Let's see this particular 6th question, okay. So let's see this particular 6th question. And if you take this particular 6th question and analyze this particular 6th question, so see here. So consider the following statements. Same, okay, the previous model. Statement 1, statement 2, which of the above following statements are correct in respect of the above statements? Which one of the following is correct with respect to the above statement? That means the 4 options. So statement 1, according to the United Nations World Water Development Report 2022, such model questions UPSC began to ask from the year 2021. If you see the 2021 pattern, okay, so such model questions, okay, taking a report, important report, World Heritage, okay, city report, for example, 2021 question. So this year, okay, vertical, okay, United Nations World Water Development Report, taking a question, taking a report and analyzing the report and asking the questions in a deeper manner from the particular report. So it's a new trend of UPSC. So statement 1, according to the United Nations World Water Development Report 2022, India extracts more than a quarter of world's groundwater withdrawal each year. India extracts more than a quarter of what you call this particular, okay, groundwater Okay, resources. Okay, each year, yes, India is the what you call the largest groundwater, okay, user at the global level. So India is the largest. So India is the largest groundwater user, largest what you call groundwater user at the, okay, at the global level. At global level, you have to understand that at global level. And second important fact is that 80% of the groundwater is utilized by the India's agriculture sector. 80% of the groundwater is utilized by India's agricultural sector, right? So 80% of the groundwater extraction is, okay, with respect to the India's agriculture sector. If you know these 2 points, basic points, okay, that largest, okay, groundwater user at the global level, and one fact that it extracts more than a quarter, more than 1/4 of the world's groundwater withdrawal each year. Yes, you can easily attempt this particular question. Okay, so that is what it is. 251 cubic kilometers per year. 251 kilometers per year. Cubic kilometers per year. Okay, is the amount of cubic million kilometers per year. Okay, is the amount of groundwater extracted by the India, and 80% is used by the agriculture resources. So first statement is absolutely right. That is the opening statement with respect to the report and the India. So India needs, the second statement, needs to extract more than a quarter of world's groundwater each year to satisfy the drinking water and sanitation needs of almost 18% of world's population living in its territory. So here, okay, understand that very clearly. So just he played with the facts, okay, just with the common sense that we are using, just with the second fact, 80% of the groundwater for agriculture sector. So he has given the needs are drinking water and sanitation, not the agriculture. Okay, are you getting the things? So more than a quarter of world's groundwater each year to satisfy drinking water sanitation. Okay, so that is, okay, drinking water sanitation does not go, okay, to the quarter level of that particular year extraction. It is much more lesser than that. Just a common sense based question, and this statement is, okay, a wrong statement. This is a wrong statement, this is a right statement, and overall you will get that. Okay, one is, okay, what you call the answer is, okay, we have this, okay, so statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. That will be your answer as such. So coming to this particular, okay, 8th question, which of the following countries has been suffering from decades of civil strife and food shortages and was in news in the recent past for a very severe famine? So very severe famine, it is Somalia. You should understand that, Somalia. So it is in news. United Nations FAO has asked the countries that, okay, we require, okay, what you call some 130 million US dollars, okay, for supporting this particular, okay, Somalia. And okay, one more thing is that, okay, United Nations FAO itself said that, okay, along with United Nations, that about, okay, what you call 40,000 people, about 40,000 people died in this particular country of Somalia because of the famine, that is lack of, okay, what you call food conditions. Okay, so this is in news. This is in news. Last 1 year, Somalia is in news. Somalia is in news, and he has asked it. And he has asked it. Simple, basic questions only they will ask. August 2022. So 40,000 people died because of this particular famine. August 2022. Right? So it is in news, and they have asked it. So very simple questions. You have to understand that these are all extremely simple questions. Okay, where, okay, you need to, okay, be very careful related with this particular, okay. Okay, you should be very careful about this particular questions that are, okay, asked in this particular UPSC exam, right? So let's see the, okay, other questions. Let's see the other questions related with this, okay, so that you understand the importance of this particular question and at the same time appreciate from where they are asking the question, so that you will prepare accordingly for the next attempts or whatever it may be. Hope you, all of you, have written the good, okay, what you call attempted very well. But let's see, okay, why? Because the paper is tough. But of course, the cutoff will be, okay, same, okay, 85, 90 like that, not more than that. So if you are confident enough, so just, okay, go through this particular, okay, things and, okay, come to a conclusion and start your preparation as such. So let us see the other questions. Let us see the other questions. Okay. So if you see this particular 7th question, according to the Constitution of India, the central government has the duty to protect the states from internal disturbances. Okay, are getting the things? And the Constitution of India exempts the states from providing the legal counsel to a person being held for preventive detention. Okay, this is one statement. And he has given one more statement. According to the Prevention of Terrorism Act, confession of the accused before the police cannot be used as, okay, evidence. Okay, are getting the things? So what will be the, okay, what is the total, what will be the answer for this particular thing? Obviously, it is very difficult. Okay, so according to the Indian Constitution, the central government has the duty to protect the states from internal disturbances. Of course, Of course, the states, okay, law and order is a state subject, but still the central government will have certain, okay, duty in case of, okay, protection of the states from internal disturbances, no doubt about that. Constitution of India exempts the states from providing the legal counsel to a person being held for preventive detention. No, not like that, okay. So always any kind of person, okay, will get the legal, okay, what you call counsel, okay, no doubt about that. So that can be a wrong statement. That will be a wrong statement. According to the Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002, confession of the accused before the police cannot be used as evidence. So that is, okay, so this is a little bit what I call doubtful. Why? Because Supreme Court has interpreted this particular, okay, POTA Act, Prevention of Terrorism Act, in a different ways. So one is compulsory, right? So this one is right or wrong, okay, you should check, okay. So that is what one thing, okay, where we have to wait, okay, so till sufficient, okay, what you call information is gathered from the different sources. So I will explain, okay, once again the separate modules related to all these things, polity, geography and all those things, with the different sources from where they have collected the papers and all those things. Consider the following statements. 9th question. So here answer can be either one or what you call only two. One statement or two statement will be correct. So that is one thing, okay. So consider the following statements. In India, biodiversity management committees are key to realization of the objectives of Nagoya Protocol. So this is asked with respect to the Biodiversity Act 2002. This is asked with respect to the Biodiversity Act 2002. So Biodiversity Act 2002, we all know that there will be at the central level NBA, National Biodiversity Authority, state level State Biodiversity Boards, district level District Biodiversity Boards, and local level Biodiversity Management Committees. He is basically asking this particular Biodiversity Management Committees. Okay, are getting the things? So in India, the Biodiversity Management Committees are key to the realization of objectives of Nagoya Protocol. So we all know that Nagoya Protocol, okay, it is related with access and benefit sharing of biological resources. It is related with access and benefit sharing of biological resources. So obviously what happens is that, okay, sharing of biological resources. So obviously what happens is that this particular Biodiversity Management Committees, so it plays a major role in accessing this particular biological resources and also sharing the benefits out of arising and using out of those biological resources. So that is a 100% right statement. There is no doubt about that. And Biodiversity Management Committees, okay, they are created under the what you call the Biodiversity Act 2002. Okay, remember this very clearly. And we all know that it is there in the conventional literature. Okay, so Biodiversity Management Committees have an important function in determining the access and benefit sharing, including the power to levy collection fees on the access of biological resources within its jurisdiction. It has a jurisdiction, that is the village, but it does not have any jurisdiction with respect to, okay, collection of fees, okay, because of the, okay, access to biological resources. No, that nothing like that mentioned in this particular legislation, Biodiversity Act 2002. So obviously this is a wrong statement and the answer is one only. Why they asked this particular question? Why? Because a lot of discussion is happening related to the amendment of Biodiversity Act 2002. So these are the things that you have to understand very clearly. So this is Pakka. First one is, okay, this is the answer you have to write. This is the answer. So just check that. Even if you check this particular, okay, just, okay, if you do the basic Google search like Biodiversity Management Committees and India Biodiversity Management Committees, will come to a conclusion, okay, easily, okay. So as it is, statements are lifted from the official websites, directly from official websites, the statements are lifted. So that's why, okay, don't read the materials. I request you not to read the materials. You have to do your own research. Why? Because tomorrow after becoming the district collectors or SPs, you have to do your own research. You cannot rely on some other persons or some other materials. So that is how it is. Okay, you know the Biodiversity Management Committee, but you don't know whether really it will, okay, has this particular provision of collection of the fees. So there you will keep both of them as right, but only one is right. So this is what it is. Okay, so understand the UPSC. Just follow this particular, okay, session. You will come to know a lot of things. As such. Okay, so see here, and this is what I call a difficult question, one of the most difficult question you have here. Okay, and if you see this particular questions, expected. Why? Because Ukraine is in news, right? So as the Ukraine is in news, obviously you cannot, okay, what I call, okay, you cannot skip the question on the Ukraine. So as the Ukraine is in news, you obviously cannot skip the question on the Ukraine. They will ask, no doubt about that, and they have asked it. And the point is that they have asked this particular question related with this particular Ukraine. So let's see this particular Ukraine related question. Ukraine is in news. We all know that. So Ukraine is in news. So he asked the question, consider the following countries. How many of the above mentioned countries share land borders with Ukraine? Land borders with Ukraine. What are the countries having the land borders with Ukraine? So if you see the map, so obviously the first major country you will see is Russia, right? But Russia is not there in the options. So next, Belarus, second longest border with this particular Ukraine. That is also not there in this particular what you call the, okay, this particular thing, okay, the borders with, okay. So then what are the countries? You have this particular what you call the countries of Hungary is there. Hungary is having the borders with, okay, Ukraine. The countries of what is called as the Romania is there, having the borders with Ukraine. Latvia, Lithuania, it doesn't have any borders with the Ukraine. So you know that, okay, Latvia, Lithuania doesn't have any borders with the Ukraine, okay. So that is what you have to understand, that only two. So in that particular, okay, what you call the countries given in this, only two are having the land borders with this particular country of Ukraine. Obviously, it is expected question. Same similar question, 2022 prelims, you can see with respect to this particular what you call Afghanistan. With respect to Afghanistan. Afghanistan is in news because of the withdrawal of the American forces. He asked what are the land borders with the Afghanistan. Same question here. So last time Africa, a lot of questions. Kenya, this time also a lot of questions. Okay, Tigray region, okay, what you call Sudan, okay, Congo Basin, and different questions were asked in the civil service. Why? Because Africa is the focus region, right? So that is already UPSC is giving the hints. Okay, students should take that particular thing. And okay, what you call, these are all static questions. It's a purely factual and static question. It's a purely factual, purely static, and you have to, okay, what you call, you need to be recollecting this particular, okay, question, okay, very fastly. What are the countries, okay, the map, exact map. So that is what it is. Coming to this particular 12th question, if you see, coming to this particular 12th question, I will come to that also. So with reference to Earth's atmosphere, which one of the following statements is correct? So this is also a little bit, this is from theoretical geography, little bit, okay, what you call, tricky question as such, little bit tricky question, okay, theoretical geography. So what is the answer? So what is the answer? The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times that received at the poles. It is not correct. It is not 10 times. It will come to around 5 times. It will come to around 5 times. So it will come to around 5 times. Okay. So theoretical geography, difficult question. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. Roughly 2/3 of insolation or incoming solar radiation. Insolation means what? Insolation means incoming solar radiation. So in that incoming solar radiation, you have this particular infrared waves, and they roughly constitute 2/3 of insolation. No, this is also a wrong statement. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. Okay, we know that water vapor is one of the greenhouse gas, and water vapor, it will allow the insolation or incoming solar radiation to pass through the Earth's atmosphere and fall on the Earth's surface, because of which the Earth's surface will get heated up. So obviously, okay, largely absorbed is not correct. Absorbed, that is what you should be going with. So this is also wrong statement. Infrared waves are a part of visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. Absolutely right. Basic, okay, NCERT, okay, what you call science, physical science based question. So coming to this particular, okay, what you call consider the following statements with respect to election of President of India. Difficult question, no doubt about that. You should have the correct, okay, information and knowledge. Of course, you should go through what you call the formula that we have related with this particular, okay, what you call the vote of MLAs, okay, vote of individual MLAs, okay, with respect to the voting in the, okay, presidential election. Every data, every fact you should be knowing about this President of India election. So expected, why? Because new President of India, okay, got elected. Okay, last time they could not ask much questions, and this time they have asked it, right? So the members nominated to either house of the parliament or the state legislative assemblies are also eligible to be included in the electoral college of the president? No, by just seeing this particular nominated word, simply you can eliminate this particular statement. That is for true, sure. Okay, so why? Because only the elected members, okay, to either house of the parliament or the legislative assemblies of the states are eligible to be included in the electoral college of the president of India, not the nominated members. So obviously, okay, 4 statements, okay, you cannot have all 4, you remove it. Next, higher the number of elective assembly seats, higher the number of elective assembly seats, okay, higher is the value of vote of each MLA of that particular state. This is also wrong. Why? Because, okay, so it is not the only criteria. Higher the number of, okay, what you call elected MLA seats is not the only criteria to decide the value of MLA in that particular state. You also have the criteria with respect to the population, right? So obviously this is also a wrong statement. So when this is wrong statement, okay, only 3, okay, will also go. Why? Because 1 is over, this is okay, only 3 will go. So what are the things here? The value of vote of each MLA of Madhya Pradesh is greater than that of Kerala. Okay, so this is also what I call a confusing statements. Okay, so where you will be facing difficulty when come to this particular thing. So how you will think, so if you just come to a general conclusion like Madhya Pradesh is a larger state, so larger state maybe larger number of assembly seats. Kerala is small in geography, smaller number of assembly constituencies. Like that, you will try to say that MLA vote of Madhya Pradesh is more, like that. No, but you have to take into consideration the population factor also. If you take this particular, Madhya Pradesh value of MLA of each vote and Kerala value of MLA of each vote, Madhya Pradesh comes to 131, whereas Kerala is 152. So obviously, if you see the official data of that particular, what you call value of list of value of MLA votes of respective states in India in the electoral college elections of President of India, the value of vote of each MLA of Madhya Pradesh is 131, but he has given, is greater than that of Kerala 152. No, absolutely wrong. So this is also a wrong statement as such. Okay. Then he has given the value of vote of each MLA of Puducherry is higher than that of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Each MLA of Puducherry is higher. Yes, it is 16. Okay. When it comes to Arunachal Pradesh, it is 8. And he has said that it is because the ratio of total population to total number of elective seats in the Puducherry is greater as compared to this particular, what you call the Arunachal Pradesh. That formula is favoring this particular Puducherry when it comes to population, and that's why the Puducherry is having this particular, what you call the highest number of MLA votes value for the MLA vote in the Electoral College of Presidents. So that is how it is. So if you just so he himself is saying that, so this is this happens because of this, then immediately you should go get the doubt whether and you should apply this particular thing for other things also, like 3 and 2 statements. Of course, first statement you will eliminate easily. So obviously the answer is only 1, only the 1. So this is what you have to understand with respect to this particular questions. Coming to the other questions, 13th question. Okay, so 13th question. So there is a reason for asking all these questions. You have to understand that there is a strong reason for all these questions, right? So let's see that. So geography, theoretical geography. Okay, consider the following statements. Statement 1, statement 2. The soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. You will read in many books, Kuller book, Periyar book. Okay, so different materials. The soil in the tropical rainforest is not rich in nutrients, rather it is deficit in nutrients. Why it is deficit in nutrients? There is a reason. Why? Because the tropical rainforest, the majority of the year they experience heavy rainfall. So when they experience heavy rainfall, whatever the top nutrients are there, they will get washed away. But here the vegetation content is very high. So the vegetation organic matter will fall and it will decompose because of the more temperature and the moisture conditions. And the decomposed moisture, it will add the nutrients to the soil, and that nutrients will be exchanged with the trees and other vegetation through nutrient cycles. Okay, are getting the things? Nutrient cycles like nitrogen cycle, sediment cycle, phosphorus cycle, sulfur cycle, all those things. So this is a wrong statement. Second statement he has given, the high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest cause dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Yes, it is right. And that decomposed organic matter will supply the nutrients, and that nutrients will be recycled to the trees. So don't think that because of the nutrients are lost, the tree should not be there in the good health condition. No, the trees will be in good health conditions. Why? Because tropical rainforest very good active biogeochemical cycles are there in this particular thing. So obviously, what is the answer here? The answer is statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. This is the final answer. You can take it directly. So you have to understand that very clearly, right? So tropic soil, he is only asking about the soil. Okay, so you cannot so soil in the tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. No, it is deficit in nutrients. Second is the high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest causes dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Yes, it happens. and that particular nutrients will be supplied to the forest vegetation, and that's why the forest will look very dense and luxurious. So that is what you have to understand. That statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. Simple geography, Indian geography related question. Consider the following statements. Okay, 14th question. Consider the following statements. 14th question. Statement 1. The temperature contrast between the continents and ocean is greater during summer than in winter. Yes, okay. And the specific use of second statement he has given, the specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. The specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. So what do you mean by that? Specific heat of water is more. Specific heat of water is more. So what do you mean by that? It means water take more time. It means water takes more time to get heated up. Heated up. That is what you have to understand. Second important thing is that as water taking more time, and at the same time water retains heat for longer period of time. Water retains heat for longer period of time. Retains heat for longer time. Okay. Retains heat for longer time. You have to understand that. It will retain the heat for longer period of time, water. Okay, so whereas if you take the land, so the specific heat of the specific heat of land is not more, it is less. The specific heat of land is less. That means what? Land takes less time. To get heated. Takes less time to get heated, and what the land will do? Land will lose the heat very fastly. It will lose the heat very fastly, right? So that's why in desert areas what happens? So summer times, morning times intense temperature, night time cool temperature. Why? Because the land will lose the heat fastly. That is the meaning here. The specific heat of water is more than that of land. Is more than that of land surface. Yes. The specific heat of water is more than that of land. Yes, absolutely right. No doubt about that. The temperature contrast, that means the difference in temperature between the continents and oceans. So continents, getting heated fastly and losing the heat fastly, and oceans getting heated slowly and losing the heat slowly. So what happens? The temperature contrast between the continents and oceans is greater, that is more, the difference is more in summer than in winter. Absolutely right. So simple analytical application. If you know the specific heat of water is more, that means it will take more time to get heated up. So it will take a lot of time, and it will retain for longer period of time, right? Summer season, right? And it will release that particular heat slowly. Whereas on the land, that is continents, they get heated fastly in the summer season, they lose the heat fastly by the evening, and because of that the contrast, the temperature difference between the continents and ocean will be more. That is what the difference, the value, the number is more. So what is the answer? Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and the statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. That's it. It is all because of this particular specific heat and all those things. Okay. Now coming to this particular the 15th question. Why they ask this particular earthquake related question? Why? Because Turkey earthquake is in news, right? So it is purely conceptual. If you know this particular geomorphology, if you know the concept of geomorphology, and within the concept of geomorphology, earthquakes, you can easily attempt this particular question. Easy question, only conceptual, completely conceptual. So geography questions always they will be conceptual. You have to understand that. Okay, getting the things. And polity, they are more applications. They are more application questions. Economy, more application questions, and understanding also. So in a seismograph, P waves are recorded earlier than that of S waves. We all know that whenever the earthquake occurs at the focus or hypocenter, two types of seismic waves are generated, P waves and S waves. Primary waves, they are the first to be recorded in the seismograph on the surface, and secondary waves second to be recorded on the seismograph on the surface. So obviously P waves are recorded earlier than the S waves because they are faster. 7.5 kilometers per second is the speed of P waves. So in P waves, the individual particles vibrate to and fro in the direction of wave propagation, whereas in S waves, the particles vibrate up and down. S waves, the particle vibrate up and down, at right angles to the direction of wave propagation. So this is also, the right statement. Directly they have taken it from the NCERT. If you take the NCERT book and any other book, these are the direct statement they have picked directly. So what is saying, just the P waves travel so in the direction of propagation of the wave, whereas the S wave travel like this, okay, at right angles to the direction of the propagation of wave. That is what he is saying. That is what he is saying, right? Okay. So obviously the answer is both 1 and 2. Easy question, not a difficult question. Now coming to this particular 16th question. So see here, 16th question. So if you see this particular 16th question, with reference to coal-based thermal power plants in India, consider the following statements. None of them uses seawater. Yes, none of them uses the seawater. But recently there are news articles, okay, in the Hindu also saying that seawater can be used for circulating inside the thermal power plant as a coolant system to reduce the heat. Okay, so none of them can uses the seawater. Yes, absolutely right. None of them is set up in the water stressed district. No, wrong. Majority of this particular India's thermal power plants are placed in the water stressed districts. That is the place where you have the more, okay, less water resources. None of them is privately owned. No, this is also wrong statement. There are privately owned thermal power plants. Tata Power, Reliance Power, Adani Power. So many are there. L&T Power. So none of them are privately owned. Which of the above statements are correct? So this is wrong. This is wrong. None of them uses seawater is right. Okay. Only one. You have to understand that very clearly. Only one will be the right answer. None of them uses seawater. Yes, none of them will use the seawater. Right. So these are the things you have to understand very clearly. So this is in news. So these are in news. Okay. Related with this particular down to earth. So from the down to earth, okay, October 2022 magazine, you can see a newspaper article related with this particular what you call coal-based thermal power plants. Walbachia method, it is in news many times, right? Is sometimes talked about in reference to which of the following? It is related with introducing the genetically modified what you call mosquitoes, okay, which are what you call genetically engineered with a bacteria known as Walbachia bacteria. And this particular genetically modified mosquitoes, what they will do, they will just, okay, what you call pair up with the, okay, wild varieties of mosquitoes, and the offsprings, whatever the offsprings are there that are taking birth, okay, so these offsprings, okay, they cannot transmit the viral diseases like dengue, malaria and all those things. So simply Walbachia, it is always in news. It is, okay, what you call, okay, controlling the viral diseases spreaded by the mosquitoes. So what type of viral diseases like dengue, malaria, okay, so all those things. Converting crop residues into packing material, no, not like that. So many of the people will go with that. Production of biodegradable plastic, they are also in news. Many people can go with that. Production of biochar from conversion of biomass, okay, majority of the people will not go with this particular option. The correct answer is A. You have to understand that very clearly, right? So these are the things that you have to understand. Next, coming to this particular question. So let us see this particular question also. So let us see these questions. So let us see these particular questions. Okay. Let us see these particular questions. Okay. Okay. I think one slide is missing. Okay. I will discuss that. Micro satellite. Okay. Walbachia 17, okay, 18 is missing. I will discuss that at the end. So consider the following statements. Okay, consider the following statements. Statement 1. So 7th August is declared as National Handloom Day. Yes, absolutely 7th August is a National Handloom Day. So days. Statement 2. It was in 1905 that the Swadeshi movement has launched on the same date. Yes, that is also a right statement. You have to understand that very clearly. And what will be the answer? Basic. Okay, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2, okay, what you call, statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 okay, you can include that. You can go with statement what you call A itself. You can go with statement A itself. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of A. Okay, so on that particular, why? Because the Swadeshi movement is completely relying on this particular khadi, right? So indigenous production of khadi. So obviously the answer will be the A. You go with the A. Okay, so that is what it is. Next, consider the following statements with respect to the national flag according to the flag code of India. Why? Because recently they have amended the flag code. Okay. So statement 1. One of the standard sizes of the national flag of India is 600 mm into 400 mm. 600 mm into 400 mm. So see here, 400 mm. Second statement is the ratio of the length to the height. The ratio of the length to the height, it should be what you call, the length should be, okay, what you call 3, the height should be 2. Okay, So length to the height, okay, the ratio of length to the height is 2:3. So that is what he has given, right? So if you see this particular what you call the ratio of length to the height of this one is the right statement, no doubt about that. And one of the standard sizes of the national flag of India, we have different standard sizes. Okay, so in July 2022, Indian Express. So we have this particular the discussion on this particular Indian Express explained section. You have the discussion on this national flag, okay, and its dimension. So what is the answer here? What is the answer here? Right. So both the statement 1 and 2 are correct. Okay, and statement the first will be the answer. You have to understand that very clearly, right? So what about this particular question? Consider the following statements with respect to Constitution Day. So it is celebrated on 26th November every year to promote constitutional values among the citizens. Okay, to promote the constitutional values among the citizens. Obviously, that is the right statement, no doubt about that. Okay, see the second statement. 26th November 1949. The Constituent Assembly of India set up a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to prepare a draft constitution for India. No, that is the day of adoption of Indian Constitution. Already it is drafted, okay, completed discussion and finally adopted. So this is a wrong statement, and simply you can go with this particular what I call the answer, that is statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. That's it. And coming to this particular what I call questions, obviously these are difficult questions like statement 1, Switzerland, one of the leading exporter of golds in terms of value. Yes, the world's largest what I call exporter of gold, Switzerland, largest exporter of gold, Switzerland. Okay, no doubt about that. Switzerland has second largest gold reserves in the world. Yes, Switzerland has this particular second largest gold reserves in the world. Okay, so both 1 and 2 are correct, and both 1 and 2 are the correct statements, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation of A. So understand that very clearly. So because of is having the gold, so it became the largest exporter. Not like that. So it has gold reserves. Okay, you have to understand that very clearly, right? Yes, it is the second largest gold reserves in the world, no doubt about that. So these are the some of the things. Next, yeah, 18 came here. I'm thinking where it has gone. Okay, so yes. Now see here. Okay, so consider the following activities. Spreading finely ground basalt rock. Consider the following activities. Just a minute. Consider the following activities. Spreading the finely ground basalt rock on farmlands extensively. Finely ground basalt rocks. Okay. Increasing the alkalinity of oceans by adding the lime. The third one, capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping it into abundant subterranean mines in the form of carbonated waters. So he has asked the question like, how many of the above activities are often considered and discussed for the carbon capture and sequestration? So carbon capture and sequestration, discussed recently in the news. Capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping them into the mines in the form of carbonated waters. It is already there. Okay, spreading of finely ground basalt rock on farmlands extensively. No, this is nowhere discussed, nor it will lead to the any carbon capture from the atmosphere or carbon sequestration from the atmosphere. No, that is wrong. Increasing the alkalinity of ocean by adding the lime. Yes, this is the right answer. You have to understand that. Increasing the alkalinity, that is what is called as ocean alkalization. So that is what is called as ocean alkalization. So our ocean alkalization technique is seen as a carbon capture technique. It is a carbon capture technique. You have to understand that. Okay, so this is a right statement. You need to understand that. And first one is completely wrong. Only 2 are correct. Only 2. That is option B is correct. So this one everybody knows. So I am telling majority of the people will go with option A, but that is wrong. You have to include both 2 and 3. Why? Because alkalinization of the oceans by adding the lime is one of the technique to capture more carbon from the atmosphere by the oceans and making them as efficient carbon sink. So just if you see the ocean alkalinization, it is in news. aerial magneto metagenomics, aerial metagenomics. So aerial aerial metagenomics. So similar type of aerial metagenomics type of question they have asked when it comes to application of drone technology. Okay, such question is there in 2020 prelims paper. Similar to that, aerial means air, meta, okay, genomics. Okay, are getting the thing? Meta means large. Okay, genomics is best refers to which of the following situations. Okay, so aerial means what? Just you need to understand air is there here. So air is there. So it is all about collecting the DNA samples from air in a habitat at one go. In a habitat at one go. It's a very, okay, what I call evolving topic. So it's a very evolving topic. Okay, so biofilters. So this particular, okay, what I call wildlife. Okay, so see here, collecting DNA samples from the air in a habitat at one go. That means what? Okay, so the birds are flying in the air, right? So using this particular technique, when the birds are flying, so they release, okay, what I call different type of materials from their body, maybe feathers, okay, droppings, different things. And this particular materials, they have they are having their genetic codes, right? So this particular, okay, genetic code of this particular, okay, what I call the birds that are flying in that particular area. So that genetic code can be understood by collecting the DNA samples from the air in a habitat, that means the entire area, in one go from the population. So that is what it is. So understanding the genetic makeup of avian species of the habitat, majority of the people will go with that. Using airborne devices to collect blood samples from moving animals, okay, majority of the people can go with that. That is also wrong. Okay, sending drones to inaccessible areas to collect plant and animal samples from land surface and water bodies, that is also wrong. The aerial metagenomics. So aerial metagenomics is all about collecting the DNA samples. Genomics is all about collecting the DNA samples of the different type of, okay, what I call creatures in that particular region. So microsatellite DNA. So what is this? So microsatellite DNA. So this is also, okay, genetic engineering related, okay, thing. The answer is studying the evolutionary relationships among various species of fauna. So I will discuss them in a detailed manner, like, okay. So concepts, I will try to explain these particular concepts also in a detailed manner. So just try to the intention of the video is just try to know the exact answers accurately and precisely. Microsatellite DNA. Okay, so it is related with the study of the evolutionary relationships among various species of what I call fauna. So this is one of the technique that is used in this particular. It's a gene editing technique. So gene editing technique. So microsatellite DNA. Okay, gene editing technique. So you need to understand this very clearly, right? So the answer is that one. With reference to Indian history, Alexander Rhea, A.H. Longhurst, Robert Sewell, James Burgess, Walter Ehrlich. Who are they? They are all associated with this particular archaeological innovations. Archaeological innovations, one of the important and the favorite area of this particular UPSC. Many times they ask this particular archaeological innovations related aspects, right? So there are different things like Alexander, okay, Rhea. So like Alexander Rhea, he did the excavations with respect to the Chalukyan kingdom. Okay. So he did the excavations with respect to this Run of Kutch, Dholavira and all those things. Okay. So James Burgess. So James Burgess is related with the publication of inscriptions. And if you take this particular, okay, Robert Sewell, he is associated with this particular, the Amaravati excavations. Directly they pick it up from this particular worker, Archaeological Survey of India website. These are the names you can see there, archaeological excavations. So, but many people, they, okay, what I call, go with these things. So, consider the following pairs site well known for. Base Nagar. We all know that NCRT Base Nagar, it is known for its particular Garuda Dwaja pillar. Garuda Dwaja pillar, right? So, Garuda Dwaja pillar is erected in the name of, okay, Vasudeva, in the name of Vasudeva, that is Krishna, right? So Vasudeva, Krishna. So obviously it is not related with, okay, what I call Shaivite cave shrines. So it is related with Krishna, okay, and Bhagavatism. It is related with what is called as the Bhagavatism. So this is a, okay, what I call the wrong pair. So he has asked match the above pairs correctly. Baja, a Buddhist cave shrine. Yes, it is a Buddhist cave shrine. Sitanvasal, okay, Jain cave paints in NCERT books, you will see that. So 2 and 3, okay, that is only 2 are correctly matched. It's a easy question, okay, directly from this particular what I call the NCERT. They have directly taken this particular question from NCERT. So let us see the other questions. Let us see this particular other questions. So these are simple questions, like with common sense you can apply, with simple common sense you can solve these questions. So let me explain that. Now coming to the questions. Consider the investments in the following assets. Brand recognition. So you put lot of money into the brand. Okay. Inventory. Okay. Okay, that is the goods. Okay. Investment into the goods. Intellectual property, that is the whatever it may be, the logos, okay, the copyrights, whatever it may be. Mailing list of the clients, that means the data. That means the data of the clients, phone numbers, email IDs, and all those things. How many of the above are considered as intangible? That means you cannot feel them, you cannot touch them physically. So obviously brand recognition, you cannot feel them physically. This is one thing. Intellectual property, physically you cannot feel it, just you will have a certificate related with copyrights and all those things. Mailing of the clients, data you will have, you cannot physically touch this particular data. So only 3 are what you call the basic intangible investment. Tangible means you can touch and feel. Okay, so that is what. So consider the following. So expected this one also. It's a general question, common sense question, where there is no source as such. It's a general common sense question. So 15th Finance Commission, obviously it is in news. There should be a question and they have asked it. That's it. You can expect. So consider the following: demographic performance, forest and ecology, governance reforms, stable governments, tax and fiscal policies. For the horizontal tax devolution, the 15th Finance Commission used how many of the above as criteria other than population area and income distance? So they have used the criteria of demographic performance. They have used the criteria of forest and ecology. They have used the criteria of tax and physical efforts. So obviously it is only 3. The answer is only 3. You have to understand that. Apart from population, apart from other things. That is the correct answer. Now coming to this question. Consider the following infrastructure sectors. Affordable housing, difficult question. Difficult question. Affordable housing, mass rapid transport, healthcare, renewable energy. It is in news. Recently in news. April 2023. It is in news. On how many of the above does UNOPS, Sustainable Investments in Infrastructure and Innovation, that is S3I, S3I, Sustainable Investments in Infrastructure and Innovation Initiative focuses on for its investments. So in which of the following infrastructure areas the SIII initiative of UNOPS will put its investments? So recently this SIII initiative of UNOPS was cancelled in April 2023. That's why it is in news. So the answer is they will keep the investments in affordable housing, they keep the investments in healthcare, they keep the investments in renewable energy. They don't invest in the mass rapid transport projects. It is only 3. Only 3. You have to understand that. But many of the people will go with the just guesswork they will do and they will go with it. And coming to this particular question, so this is a geography mineral resources based question, mineral resources plus technology both combined they have given here in this particular question. Statement 1. India, despite having uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. Yes, it depends on coal for most of the electricity production. Why? Because 60% of the electricity coming from the coal-based thermal power plants. Just 6% coming from the uranium, that is nuclear power plants. So obviously this statement is right. Second statement, uranium enriched to extent of at least 60% is required for the production of electricity. Completely wrong statement. So uranium enriched up to 20% is known as low enriched uranium, and this is useful in the electricity production. And you have to understand that this much level also we will not go. This much level also we will not go. For example, if you take this Kudamkulam nuclear power plant, so just the low enriched uranium LEU of 1.5% is used as a fuel in this this thing. So this statement is wrong. So obviously the answer is 1 is right. But statement 2 is incorrect. This will be the right answer. You have to understand that. So this is a biodiversity related question. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. Marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predators. So marsupials are not naturally found in India. 100% right. marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predators. So see here, only in mountain grasslands, extreme statement, so wrong statement. So 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. You need to understand this very clearly, right? So these are the things that you have to understand very clearly, right? So just a minute, I want to discuss the first 50 questions so that yeah, coming to this first 50 questions. 27th question, okay? So 27th question. So if you see this particular 27th question, so if you see this particular 27th question, so these are all in news. These are all in news. So if you see this 27th question, statement 1, they have given like, okay, recently United States of America and European Union have launched Trade and Technology Council. Right? So is it a right statement? Yes, it is the right statement. Statement 2, the USA and EU claim that through this they are trying to bring technological progress and physical productivity under their control. So physical productivity under their control, no, it is not related with that particular thing, right? So the answer is just statement 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. Of course, difficult, no doubt about that. Coming to this 28th question, statement 1, India accounts for 3.2% of global export of goods. Yes, obviously India accounts for 3.2% of global export of goods. Okay, coming to statement 2, so starts. Consider the following statements. India accounts for 3.2% of global export of goods. Yes, it is right. And many local companies and some foreign companies operating in India have taken advantage of India's production linked incentive scheme. Yes, Indian companies, okay, FDI, through FDI, foreign companies will come and invest in India. So foreign companies also get benefit out of this. Okay, so both the statements are basically right. Okay, and okay, so is this particular scheme, okay, related with this particular, okay, what you call, is it really contributing to this particular thing? You cannot say that directly. Why? Because 3.2% of global export of goods is 2021 data, and this what you call production linked incentive scheme launched in 2021-2022 union budget. So obviously, okay, what you call, you cannot directly come to a conclusion, but still based on the years you can conclude that both 1 and 2 are correct, and 2 is the correct explanation for the statement 1. Okay. So consider the following statement. Stability and Growth Pact of European Union is a treaty that limits the levels of budgetary deficit of the countries of the European Union. Absolutely right. Makes the countries of European Union to share their infrastructure facilities. No, not like that. Enables the countries of the European Union to share their technologies. This is also not there. It is completely, stability and growth is related with finances. It is related with the finances of this particular European Union. It is all about what you call coordinating the fiscal policies of Eurozone. It is all about coordinating the fiscal policies of Eurozone. Coordinating the fiscal policies of Eurozone. Okay, so that is what the main purpose of this particular, what I call, the Stability and Growth Pact of European Treaty, right? So only 1 is correct. You have to understand that very clearly. So basically the questions are difficult, no doubt about that. So until and unless you know the things correctly, you cannot attempt them. That is the truth. Okay, so consider the following statements. Recently, all the United Nations countries have adopted the first ever compact for international migration, the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration. All UN countries, extreme statement, you can eliminate it. Okay, so the objectives and commitments stated in the GCM are binding on the UN member countries. No, this particular one is not legally binding. So this is also wrong. Okay. Okay. So the GCM addresses internal migration or internally displaced people also in its objectives and commitments. No, internally displaced people, that is who are displaced within the country, will not cover. Who are displaced from their country and going to some other country, they will be covered under this. It is related with migrants, welfare of migrants. It is in news in case of this particular, okay, European Union migrants, Myanmar, okay, what you call Rohingyas, Afghan migrants. It is in news. So the answer is none of the above. So this is what you have to understand related with this particular